Hello, hello out there world. My name is Chris, also known as CV, and welcome to my channel. Now, as it has yet again been a while since I last posted a gospel reflection, and because this past Sunday, November 21st, 2021, was the feast of Christ the King, as well as the last Sunday in ordinary time for the liturgy, what better time to prepare for Advent than to glorify the entire reason we have access to God's saving grace, Jesus Christ, our divine, eternal King of everything. And what better time to recommend an outstanding video by Bishop Robert Barron, who gets right to the heart of this subject and essentially asks the question that tends to rattle many cages: are you a true Christian? Yes, in this current society, where casting judgment may incite backlash comments such as, well, only God can judge, or who are you to judge me, or Christians are self-righteous thugs who think they are better than anyone else, or secular non-religious folks cherry-picking scripture passages to put Christians in their place. For example, didn't Jesus say something about he who is without sin cast the first stone? So we now deal with an already difficult subject and have combined it with hypersensitivity and hurt feelings. That's not to say that everyone should be carte blanche judgmental or without having a strong reason for casting judgment. Yet the alternative, staying silent about issues that can smash morals and values into smithereens, is not the answer either. Which is why Bishop Barron asked this question near the beginning of his homily and the recommended video. Is Jesus the King of every aspect of your life? Now, be ready for Bishop Barron's blunt answer. If Jesus is not the King of every aspect of your life, you are just, quote, horsing around with Christianity, end quote. You are not living it. Or simply put, it is not real Christianity. A harsh realization, no? But let's continue to see why this blunt answer is necessary. Bishop Barron breaks down various aspects of life as follows, and whether Jesus is truly your King. Starting with family. Do we love our family members because we want to be in accord with them, to lift each other up, to help each other grow in our relationship with God? Or do we have a self-serving agenda? Do we use people in our families for our own personal gain? Do we have superficial, selfish reasons for not being, fruitful and multiplying? If so, then Christ is not your King. Sexual life. Even in 2021, this can be a taboo subject, but it is one we must discuss. Namely, do you view sex as pleasure first and for other reasons second? Do you view sexual compatibility as the top reason for remaining in a relationship? If so, then Christ is not your King. Professional life. Is God at the center of your work life? Or do you hyper-focus on money, on climbing the career ladder, or viewing social hierarchies as power structures that you must take down or dominate? If so, then Christ is not your King. Personal life. If Jesus were sitting right next to you in any situation, whether you were at the grocery store or driving in heavy traffic, watching news stories that upset you, or talking with family and friends, or whatever the situation may be, would you feel totally at ease that Jesus is right there with you? This does not mean we are required to live an ultra-puritanical life, where we can never be playful or joke around or show our emotions in tough situations or get out and experience the many awesome components of life. Though it doesn't mean we have free reign to act however we want, whenever we want, and with whomever we want. Just as we have laws in the secular world to help keep society as peaceful and non-tyrannical as possible, God has given us laws on how to live as fellow human beings. Prayer is a crucial means to nurturing a relationship with Him, and the sacraments so that we could further strengthen our communion with Him and remain morally obedient. Or if you choose to lead a life of moral relativism, then Christ is not your King. Intellectual life. Do you reflect often on your beliefs? Do you read faith-related books or articles that challenge you and force you to deepen your understanding of your faith journey? Do you read sacred scripture throughout the week? Are you able to explain the deposit of faith, that is, sacred scripture and sacred tradition, to seekers or Catholics who may not be well catechized? Bishop Barron points out in the video that Many youth today fall away from Christianity because they do not receive well-explained answers to their questions. This means we have a crisis of intellectualism. And because most people first come to know God through reason and some degree of intellectual understanding of our faith, it is crucial to be intellectually sound. That does not mean having to be a master apologist or a theology wizard. Rather, we must all have a solid primer understanding of our faith, and without hesitating much when we answer commonly challenging questions. Otherwise, Christ is not the king of your intellectual life. And finally, your body. Do you treat your body as a temple? Or do you let vices and excuses keep your body from being in the best form it can be? If so, then Christ is not the king of your body. Now, all of that said, is Christ truly the king of every aspect of your life? Are you truly Christian? Now, because the Feast of Christ the King was this past Sunday, November 21st, 2021, I've included the gospel reading, and I'm actually going to end the video with this, with the reading, as it does tie in to the recommended video, Bishop Barron's homily, and some of the thoughts I gave about that homily. So let's dive into the reading here. That is from the Gospel of John, chapter 18, verses 33 to 37. Now Pilate said to Jesus, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus answered, "Do you say this on your own, or have others told you about me?" Pilate answered, "I am not a Jew, am I? Your own nation and the chief priests handed you over to me. What have you done?" Jesus answered, "My kingdom does not belong to this world. If my kingdom did belong to this world, my attendants would be fighting to keep me from being handed over to the Jews. But as it is, my kingdom is not here." So Pilate said to him, "Then you are a king?" Jesus answered, "You say I'm a king. For this I was born, and for this I came into the world, to testify the truth. Everyone who belongs to the truth listens to my voice." I appreciate you watching this video here today. Hope you enjoy the recommended video, Bishop Barron's homily. I know I thoroughly enjoyed it. As always, feel free to leave comments. Please, as always, participate in the conversation, or feel free to email me at trcatholic@gmail.com. Again, trcatholic@gmail.com. And until the next video, stay safe out there, please, and God bless.